get an extra set of regen and everything so they can be ready for those decay spams. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. So
the battle
see if they can actually get themselves a kill. Nope, scare the bounty though.
Yeah, well, I'll get the 2 bounties.
I want to see something clever because I feel like they should know that they're going to win the bottom lane, guaranteed, right? Like TB +1 versus the Nyx and their Spirit. Very unlikely that you shouldn't lose that lane with these two. But they're actually going to just move it right away. There was a ward anyway to kind of cover any type of aggressive move that they did do. So yeah, let's see if they can withstand the pressure that comes out from the Undying, just zoning out Chessie. And I feel like it's the same thing for Skywrath. Like Riki can just commit onto him pretty easily. So we'll see. I think this top lane should be pretty hard. Mid, I think this one's a little bit of a skill matchup. I think some people like to play the Morphling, some people really like to play the Puck in this matchup, but as the levels go, the Morphling starts to have a much better start. First 2 levels or so, Puck wins pretty hard.
Top, yeah, we already sort of see just a couple of Ks and a few punches. Chessie now pretty quickly. Some good damage over the mid one as well in turn. So.
The next label plays. The next label plays.
Get funneled out.
Saksa will get a nice D ward. They did see that ward get placed earlier because they placed a very early sentry, or very early obs up there to watch mid. We're seeing that little bit of trade of resources. Very early start here on these first 2 waves. Very even.
For Supream this game, I mean, how easy the move's going to be for him to make. You sort of look at these side lanes once he's hit the 6, because it's sort of that kill potential good with the coil.
Yeah, I mean, Puck versus both Morphling and Riki is actually quite nice. It's just this Nyx assassin and this Earth Spirit can really trip him up. These silences and just it can be really annoying. And even Riki can have counterplays, right? Like if Riki's the one who gets to jump on the Puck, then it goes the opposite way. The Riki's actually good versus Puck, but if Puck gets to jump on Riki with the coil, yeah, it goes in Puck's favor. So it's just gonna be it's tough. It's gonna be really skill dependent for Supream, and it's a lot of pressure on him really this game to have a really good start. Because the Nyx, he's gonna die to Carapace once or twice in this game. It's gonna happen unless he plays perfect.
Yeah, and in this sort of game as well, what sort of makes this a game where OG want to sort of step up the priority of the Nyx and have it, instead of playing it on the off lane rather than just a...
Well, Puck is a core. It destroys Skywrath and it destroys Shadow. It's so good versus three of the heroes right now, and it's even. I mean, it's not bad versus TB even. You're gonna be tanky because you're high armor in the lane, and then you're a hard stun. You're 2 hard stuns, so effective in all fronts.
So far, CS down bottom. What was it, 11 for 0 against the 13? So pretty even. Even with, of course, having to deal with Charlie's meta. Not bad at all to step down there in that matchup.
No, that's really good start, especially because the Earth Spirit left the lane very early on. He's actually starting to make moves. He was sitting around mid, waiting for Supream to orb. Supream was playing very hesitant, but now top, they can punish very easily if Chessie steps up too far at all. He can get gone on.
Side. Not quite prepared for Saksa to guard himself. Will now come out on to Chessie, but it is no tell. A little low to help commit on 2 of them. A bit of pressure again, just keeping that space for mid one to continue to have what has been pretty much free farm in that top lane now.
Topson.
How did this happen?
Staying at very low HP here. And those runes will be checked out. Topson does need one, Supream as well. So we have multiple heroes. There are now 5 heroes chilling in mid. Sakai Coast, they've secured it. Supream. Yeah.
Boot to for the
He tried to make the roll to steal it away, but it will spawn top. Oh, sorry, actually, Xibbe did get it. Sorry, he did take away that regen immediately off of the Shadow Demon.
Topson with the bottle charges that he had, he's still able to get himself back. It's a good shake to lane.
Supreme's doing really solid in this lane though. 25-2 to the 17-2. He's actually been putting the pressure on. This is really nicely done by him too. And he's got a double range creep also pushing in, so he can apply some tower damage. And now Charlie's fine bottom because of the Earth Spirit movement, so now you see Xibbe is making all these moves around. He knows he's free too. He's a 1v1 of TB versus Nyx is just fine to Charlie.
Yeah, and this top lane, despite the fact, as you said, it could have ended up being rather difficult for Chessie against laning against an Undying, he's not doing too bad at all. He's doing just fine out of this top lane. He's finding quite a bit. Bottom, disruption set up onto the step. He's going to use the carapace. He's got anything else to save him? He does. Very far enough. And General's hankiness of this thinks he's early on as he gets back onto the aura of that tower.
It will be 2-for-2 rune exchange. I mean, Topson continuing, like, he's having a tough time. Tough time getting any of these last 10 minutes. He's missed a lot. He missed a couple under the tower as well, too, but the puck so far, Supreme. Already making an aggressive move, too, up top, as mid one is very susceptible to a coil.
There's the setup. Ancient Steel into the coil. And you see the bit of burst. They've got it. Illusory Roll comes flying through the Supreme and gank successful.
Duly noted.
Very clean. Again, just like the last game, his movement on the Void Spirit as well was very clean when he made that bounty rotation. Another successful one.
Yeah, he's having a... Like I said, last game was great. This game off to a good start. As, quite the difference from his game one. He had a rough time in that first game of the series of the Ember.
Behold!
Oh, yeah. Ruins on top. Topson won't be able to snag down. Era takes it away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, considering the way some of these lanes could go, I think the High Coast are going to be feeling pretty comfortable with the way this has started off. Quite sort of the same as the beginning of Game 2 did for them.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, Supreme, I mean, he's going to have his coil ready again in 20 seconds too, and as we said, he can set up very easily on any of the lanes here. The Morphling is still a top kill, of course, but yeah, he's got great ways to counter gank or just to set up onto Xibbe or the Riki. And yeah, I'm very surprised at how well Chessie was able to do up here. They did a good job of not getting hit by any double decays. They dodged the Earth Spirit gank.
Kind of trouble here. He's got the carapace, has done enough to keep him safe. A couple more hits from Charlie will do it, and he can find it. He's got the reach, there's the range. Instead getting taken down, that close to sort of hitting the ceiling as well. Move on to Era. So at least able to find some action elsewhere on the map.
The next level playing.
With those sort of kills down bottom, Seb's game going to get slowed down heavily, and Charlie continuing to have complete free farm here and starting to get a little bit of a step ahead of mid-one's Riki on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and that's a rotation there, Spirit. He's still high. You know, he wants to get the bigger edge.
Just back to the lane, and are they going to be able to take him down? They are. As soon as he's back, Supreme's ready with the movement. And again, the same as at the start of Game 2. Supreme's movements, once again, just doing so much for his team. I mean, a huge play down bottom, setting up more positive action for his Terrorblade, and taking steps out of the lane. Get the arena down onto mid one, but not quite the follow-up. Spear locked out. Just did Charlie. So Chessie looking for the angle.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The arena comes to an end. Mid one will be fine.
Really, I mean, really solid stuff so far from High Coast. I mean, Supreme in general, like, he's just been... He's doing everything. He knows that Topson can't match the movement, so he's just making these quick moves all over and just punishing. Like, these very easy to gank lanes. He's got to keep it up. I want to see him keep doing this. He's working perfectly. Topson is getting that space to catch back up, though, and he did get the probably best, I mean, the best neutral item I feel you can get on a Morphling.
Absolutely.
Possessed Mass. You don't even need to worry about anything else anymore. You're always staying in the jungle.
The best hero in the game to utilize early lifesteal. Getting it for free is so you don't get much better than that. I mean, the dream situation probably would be getting that and the Royal Jelly.
Absolutely.
That's that would be a dream more of RNG and tier 1 items.
Yeah, he's getting that time to catch back up. So we're seeing net worth. He's now surpassing the puck, even though Supreme's have such nice movements. He's passing a bit. Supreme, though, he'll find the jelly. And he also found himself a fairy trinket, so that's also very, very good items on him.
Yeah,
that fairy trinket.
That's probably
really
top tier puck items, right? Tier 1.
Definitely.
Very trinket and the jelly charge.
Stay near.
Looking for mid one here. They've got the dust. They actually just connected under the sentry. Mirror off the mark.
And if that matters, it might just.
It might.
It does. And Arena also wasted. Not one for the highlight reel there for Chessie, unfortunately.
No, that's the second time now too. He's actually missed several spears since I've looked up there. He's gonna. They can't miss that one there. It's under a sentry. The coil's there. They can't miss those type of kills. That's painful. Now, gee, they can probably punch back here. There's a lot of wasted mana. Chessie, if he steps up too far, he's just gonna get gone on. I cannot believe he stepped up.
That's crazy.
He moved up with 300 HP and popped a soul ring. Oh, that was crazy.
Radiant's middle tower
I think that
is under
was
attack.
probably one of those moments, you know, you've had that scenario with the arena and the spear. You're probably feeling just a little sort of tilted with yourself.
Maybe a little bit.
You know, you just sort of, you know, we've all been there. You've made a rough play, and then you know, you sort of your brain just switches off for a second in the game.
Yeah, he soul ringed and walked up for like I think it was a range creep to spear, but I mean, it's clear vision for them. It's daytime. They saw him walking up. He's gonna set up for mid now. They've got Charlie with the meta available. Gold's up in 20 the arena at least.
Dire's middle tower is
And
under
the D
attack.
push is pretty lackluster from OG. I think that's actually their best D push. It's just a boulder smash on their
Radiant's
lineup
bottom
currently.
tower is
They
under
don't really
attack.
have anything else just from their heroes. There's no tail. And he's meteor hammering the
Radiant
tower.
structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a nicely coordinated jump. As literally, I think it's the perfect time when 2 or 3 heroes stacked up, drop the tombstone, they all jump in, they connect the stun, Topson, like you said. I think he got with the unfortunate one to get clipped by the spear to the wall, but huge fight for OG. They may not have the ways to de-push the tower push, but they have ways to fight under it. Very nicely done by them. Tombstone in those situations is just king too. You get the whole vision of the opposite side too, so you know where absolutely everybody is. Very nicely done.
Dire are scanning.
Chessie's definitely got to sort of focus on his next moves now, as that's not going to feel too great, right, when you've had that move up top and then the enemy offlaner does that.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Xibbe is going to be pretty massive now. The meteor hammer was finished just before that, and I mean, he's on his way toward his Yules already, so he's going to have really ideal setup for his meteor hammer combos every time. As top, they're looking for him again. They're going for Chessie.
Radiant's
Topson,
bottom
he gets
tower
stuck.
is under
Fog.
attack.
Have Arena backed up in a little bit. And here we go. Dropping down. He's going to take what he set up on the top of the set, but they're already down. There's not really any follow-up to the arena here. Fortunately for
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
trying to take down the Spirit. Good spear. Locks down Saksa. Trade here. Try and defend this tier 1 tower from G's push.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They really
is
wanted
under
to set
attack.
up for Chessie. Their Saksa was really pushing forward. Supream still in the area too. Got the coil. He's an opportunity, might go for it. We almost got the 2 of them. We'll get one.
Set up there. Chessie looks at the angle,
Radiant's
but
bottom
off the mark
tower
again.
is falling.
So that won't be a kill attempt. Now, they've got a rush. That's the slow down onto the 2 of them. Charlie has turned up to the side. Will manage to turn and take down no tail. Damn, she has to turn off this. The Supreme's gone down. Spear does not back
Radiant's
mid-one.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Again though, they set it up with a disruption too to get the kill, and he's off the mark. Now Topson gets some split push mid because of that, and Charlie, he turned up top with meta. So a lot of downtime here, a lot of wasted time here for High Coast, and a big win for OG. Just off of that mistake. I mean, they gotta stop making these mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Similar to that sort of the game 1 flow, where we are just sort of seeing the 3 cores of OG move at a pace that isn't quite being matched by all 3 of that of High Coast. We'll see it again up top. I mean, it's a little too early there.
It's too early, yeah. I mean, like, even if the carapace goes off, he's gonna get him latched to the tree. The stun will be enough. Yeah. Fortunate for Chessie, and they're gonna smoke up. They're gonna look for another one. Chessie, he's got the arena. He's starting to get a little bit under farmed because of these unsuccessful movements, unsuccessful spells as well. And OG's getting that space to farm up on those cores. I think they've got The Battle Fury's almost online, and Topson's on his way toward Manta, so they're getting a lot of space to get these much-needed items for themselves. These the Manta in particular, like for Topson, never have to worry about the silence again.
Coin of the realm.
Tail taken out. Of course, whilst it happens, OG, rest of them split well across the map. One farm down bottom. 400 so gold off having the Battle Fury done, and then his farm is really going to escalate.
Charlie's very farmed still too. Charlie's actually quite ahead right now. 700 ice, 4-1-1. Manta, he still needs a little more to protect himself as mid.
They've got the jump on Supream.
Nothing.
As you say, you know, Supreme's got to be careful if Saksa's ever able to get a lead in with the silence. Very hard for Supreme to keep himself alive at this stage of the game, especially, of course, with this Witchblade build. Don't have anything to
and Topson, you know, you're playing versus puck, you have a puck on your side then, as Topson has shown there twice.
Next level
Great
playing
puck. This is a little sacrifice Saksa.
Who knows what Charlie having to turn up momentum.
Radiant's middle
Nice to
tower
get at least a
has
tower
been
tonight, but
destroyed.
still just the little things that are being found by High Coast right now are just not really enough to keep them on pace with OG's progression this game.
No, definitely not. We're going to see this constantly too from Topson. Him using the Morph in particular, and just using that to his benefit. When I'm seeing him queuing up the Ags, I think the panel had mentioned it already. He has an Earth Spirit on his team, so he's always going to be one of the better ones you can.
Is under attack. Dire's
So
structures
that's going to be, I mean, that's going to be
fortified.
super strong for him to set up these silences and just the frequency. He's going to be playing around the Morph a lot, and it's already so good versus the puck.
So careful this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And having to just go for sort of this slightly awkward build because of the Riki force coming up next for Supreme.
And it has its value anyway versus like these silences and everything too.
Radiant's top
Yeah.
tower
So he's gonna be
is
good.
under attack.
Versus besides the Riki, that is, like the Earth Spirit silence and the Morphling turning into the puck and all that. So
Yeah, I guess you could
Dire's middle tower
Self
is
away.
under attack.
follow up combo normally. Being caught in the line of the boulder.
and he can help teammates with it. It's not just like pure selfish. You know, the game is about Charlie at the end of the day. You can actually help him.
Radiant's
Use it
top tower
offensively with
is
the
under
core.
attack.
Absolutely.
Radiant's top tower has
Definitely,
fallen.
I think
Yeah.
that it's merit.
Set.
He's thinking about going here, but he's getting gone on himself.
And they will get mid one in return for that. So I think this definitely work. As long as they don't lose anything more here, High Coast. You see OG trying to chase them down and be able to get error, but they will also find the kill on Xibbe. Supream is he out. So timing from Saksa perfectly done. Rolls in.
Oh. And they're able to fight just
Radiant's
faster,
middle tower
more
is under
constantly.
attack.
Charlie had used the
Radiant
meta in the last
structures
fight.
are fortified.
Oh, shit, they realize that. They're going to
Dire's
play at
bottom
this pace.
tower is
And
under
they're
attack.
playing effectively with, sure they lost mid one, but they're playing effectively with an extra hero up because of that morph. Again, Topson turns into the puck, another full arsenal of spells, and yeah, without TB being able to show up there, there's no way High Coast can actually take the fight when it starts out like that. Chessie has to be, I mean, the way that they were
Dire's
starting that
bottom
fight too,
tower
like
is under
Chessie's like in the
Radiant's
river in the
middle
low ground
tower
trying to
is
set up
under
onto
attack.
Riki. They saw him completely, so it was OG just taking that fight even though they lost the Riki.
It's mine.
Now the question is, Topson tricks of the trade into the mid one, and mid one tricks into the trade of someone else.
Technically it should be possible, I guess. I've never seen it, so.
It should work, you know what I mean?
I mean, it
We
should work.
could
I mean,
have
maybe he's gonna do
all
that
the
too. That's a
tricks
good
and all
call.
the trades. Well,
Yeah.
maybe, you know, the double. It could work. That's a lot of damage coming out at you that you can't really do much about if you're held underneath it. And that will happen with the control that Saksa and Seb's offering up in these fights.
We also used to have this bug, a feature. Where he used to get like the infinite stones and everything like that because of charges. I know they fixed that before,
think,
but
yeah.
what about infinite charges of Mage? They only just throw them.
Alright, good combo hit. And they get set up on the Saksa. Marina's going to be dropped down. They're going to commit the coil onto Seb. They got the damage to kill him. Right, they just sort of chain pieces, yeah, they're messing with Seb. They're able to take him out. It can be done in response. And now with 2 down, this should be a nice little opening for High Coast to at least take away this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Supream on some more. In on towards Hotel. Is able to pick up the bounty ring as well. And here's the backup from Chessie. Excellent spear. He is going to take Supream down for that effort that High Coast put into chase. Saksa closing the gap easily with the blink jumps. They will another sort of situation where they're going in. They're getting a kill, but they can't get out in time. OG's able to react, chase them down, get some big money as well. That's pretty much given mid-1 the full axe on top of the battlefield.
Hey, that was... I don't know what they're chasing for there, though. That was them chasing for, like, the bounty and the kill and then dying, and while they're taking the mid tower. I don't know what fucking the noise is. That's 2 cores chasing a 5 position. That was very risky, and they get punished for it as top Seb getting gone on by his Xibbe.
There's a vendetta still to play around with.
Yeah, he should be okay.
He's coming in to back him up. He jumps in. Pretty ready. Is there anything to save him? There isn't. This one goes down. Charlie now being shot by the stones. Midone drop down. Topson trying to turn and fight toe to toe with them, but with the meta still going, Charlie hits hard. Chessie comes in with the arenas. Have a stun. Topson holding down against the wall. They've got the breath to take him out. Topson with the banter and way on the way will survive. Coming into the Undying Hotel, trying to case himself. Saksa focused down by High Coast off towards the side. This time around, High Coast able to set up a good fight around their Terrorblade. And come out on top. Now OG, they're the one on the Chessie, blink, spear, latches onto No Tail. We have a setup for another. Very solid moves here, getting Charlie involved as OG not quite able to take him down. And mid-1 just being focused too well by High Coast to start that fight. He wasn't able to do anything, jumps in, instantly silenced, and they've got the burst to deal with it.
That looks like he's still trying to set up here, maybe for Charlie top. He's stalking, and Topson is making the move over.
TP cancel.
He's coming out.
Why not, you know, just mess with him a little bit. And
here, he has meta himself. He'll go somewhere.
Chessie's turned back up. Charlie able to step away.
Topson. Yeah, great fight. Just these, I mean, the long duration silences. Like mid-1 needs to get Manta or BKB 100% this game now to protect them versus the Skywrath build. I mean, the 1-4-4 era. You know, this is a 4-position Sky, but he's gone for more of a 5-position build, and it's working for him. He's gotten a lot of kills because of the silence that I didn't think he would. But nicely done. Like, long duration. OG still ready and still very keen to fight. Level 18 on the Morphling, so he's constantly into somebody else's form, constantly into heroes.
Mid-1. Jumping forward for the team, looking at War Supream. Supream in face shift there, but dodge out the rolling ball. Side. Take down air, but Topson, they get the combo. Caught on the front of it all and unable to react in time there. That instant move from High Coast. Topson out for a solid minute, and Charlie's game continuing to stay as the strongest in this game right now. If he can get that BKB done soon on top of the Skadi, he's going to be feeling pretty invincible in these fights. This is going to be a very hard hero for OG to take down.
He's building perfectly. I mean, this is definitely a game where he can put on his back. He has it's tough still because he is playing versus 2 very hard carries as well, and his team doesn't scale the best because of the other 2 heroes. But he himself, if he gets this BKB, if he gets like Butterfly or something like this too afterwards,
yeah,
he's in a really good spot this game.
They're going to really struggle to take him down.
Especially if Topson plays so reckless too. That's the thing is, you know, he's turning into the Earth Spirit, he's turning into the Puck, he's like diving all over the place, but he's still susceptible to getting caught. If he gets hit by a spear to a wall, he's just dead. So much follow-up that they do have for it. As they're smoked up again, it's 3 seconds till that Morphling spawns, trying to catch them off guard. Meta is available again too.
I see. Marina popped down in an attempt to disengage. Topson's in with the chase. As in, Xibbe will get cut down on the side. Minded wants tricks of the trade, and so will Chessie. A bit of an awkward attempt there from High Coast to get a fight going. One that's cost them 2 lives, maybe even more here. They're silence on a Supreme, but he is able to get out with the illusion and the 4-star up to the high ground, and he is away. Two more unnecessary deaths there from High Coast.
I like that Charlie didn't TP immediately to the mid lane or anything to fight. He's working for his own game. He's very close to that BKB. He really wants to finish it. Has his illusions farming up top to get that. Oh, gee, they're going to make the way. They might be able to kill it the more High Coast is ready. And Topson will take the coil.
Impressive.
Mid one, he's actually coming out of the pit and looking for action. He's starting to get himself some free kills, a couple of hits. There it's gone. Just destroyed here, but this Chrysalis now picked up by mid one. He packs a punch.
And they've got all this information around here too. This tombstone's placed down. They know they can commit into this rush. And we finish it up. And then, wow, he did go for the kill. I mean, he didn't build a BKB in the last.
He doesn't want a BKB. You know, he had it queued up before the crit, and he was. You know, he sneaked that Chrysalis into the inventory.
That was rough, did. Yep.
Might be able to. I was just going to say, I think you have to buy back if they want to try and control of this Roshan. The damage from mid one, bringing Charlie down very low, still able to try to get the thunder off on the mid one. Spear as well, getting mid one low. His illusion also beating him down. Mid one will be able to take it down. Flip.
Dicey.
Dire are scanning.
Getting those mana burns constantly out.
Steps in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to chase on with it. Spear for Chessie, locks him down. Saksa over the counterplay. They get the sights onto the two of them. Topson zips across, bursts down the puck. Chessie trying to finish the kill, but he cannot do so. Everyone crits him down. They're going to go over towards Aaron. Charlie, he's succeeding now. He's failing his way out of this action, and he's able to make it out. The rest of his team are going to try, but it's a double bonus there. Coming in for Topson and Saksa as they roll in, take out a four.
Spirit lead.
Charlie just again making the correct calls. He's like, guys, I'm not associated with these people. I'm out of here. I'm just going to try and win us the game. As these fights, for pretty much the rest of the team around Charlie, are just ending terribly each time.
Yeah, the fight just persisted too long. They peeled them away. They ran away from the TV. They kited the BKB in his Riki, Morphling, Earth Spirit, pretty much, I guess, the kings of resetting because they can just waveform out, roll out, jump out, and then, yeah, they go back in when they have the numbers and the opportunity to go in. Seb doing a great job of kind of baiting them into a very weird spot there. It looked a little weird for Seb too, but it actually ended up working out perfectly.
Invisibility.
Crucial item here for Saksa, that Lotus. Call the difference. Help out those that get hit by the silence, and of course for those clutch plays against Charlie with the Sunder. Even though that doesn't matter at all, so never mind.
Supream, oh my god, midone almost just three-shotted him.
Let the world end now. It matters
Supreme's
not
out
to
with
me.
it. Don't you get anything more for this? What's he done for this fight? He's in with the tricks of the trade, jumping in, looking for the squishes and trying to chase down Xibbe. Reslowed by his demonic purge, steps to back up. Stunning Charlie and buying time for the mid one to get himself back out of there.
Oh, I feel like I see the other talent taken most of the time from Riki. The cast range, he actually went for the backstab multiplier. He's going all damage.
I mean, yeah, with the crit
Actually, took
build.
the smoke screen. Okay, well, whatever. He went for the backstab multiplier. It'll work out anyway.
Illusion.
Well, this could be, I mean, that's going to be enough. Charlie, when he's trying to sort of take the game on his back, gets himself the Paladin sword.
So does Topson right away.
Lovely
As he's
blind
also
steal.
finishing E-Blade now. So Topson, he has a... Now this is where it's like the Morphling versus TB. It starts to really go toward that, that Morphling because of this. But TB, I mean, Charlie's still so farmed. He's honestly playing this game like pretty much perfect.
I mean, and as you say, the Terrorblade in this sort of game, he can still carry this against the heroes that OG have.
It's gonna take a couple of takes down. OG, they do have like this Riki lineup, and it is just him on this thing. But I mean, he can. I think he's gonna needing a rapier though. Where this is going.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just let your style go. They don't want
You
to
see what
try and
Topson's
defend
doing
up.
here? Look at his health. 80 decay now. He's just turning into the Undying.
I guess there's the diagonal. That's a lot of skills back. Roll it in. And all is definitely going to come out with the 5 HX. 3 5 HX coming out.
Radiant's
down.
bottom
He's
tower is
going to
under
get caught out
attack.
by the stun, turns back towards Supreme. Supreme's got to jump back to safety there. And he gets comboed out immediately. Chessie trying to force them back. Supreme. They need him for anything here. It's just 3 members of OG. Still the big one, Topson. Very hard to jump upon.
Like he's casting these decays on Chessie all the way on the far side. They're almost hitting him every time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can they find any sort of way to jump in on him? Chessie, arena in 20 seconds. Okay, yeah. He's never getting a chance to blink in. Topson just continuously putting his Demon Dagger on cooldown with the decays. Range it there. He catches Supreme. Good spear for Chessie. Locks back Chessie.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Shares
attack.
up by Step. It's not enough. Down there to take him out. Topson rolling aggressively. Arena's going to be back up any second right now. Supreme. He's got the cooldown on the turn. Incredible Topson. There's the winner in this space. Lost down. He's trying to get his way out of it, but the man stays up in the air with the ult set up. They've got the follow-up when he comes down. Not quite. Topson able to zip out the side of the platform. High Coast, they're certainly going to want to try and chase. They're still looking towards Topson, but Topson turns the lead lane on Supreme. Supreme forces his way out of there. Faces to dodge the decay. Chessie on the mark for Steel Crest. Topson still looking to finish off Supreme, but Supreme is into the trees with a jump. They'll turn their attention over towards No Tail. Topson, he's just got to get on the retreat. He's going to the TP inside the trees. Is Chessie going to find him? No, he's not. As Topson will make it away. But High Coast getting some good kills out of this, and they keep their base defended. The tier 3 still stands.
Great hold by Puck, in particular Supreme, getting a plethora of skulls out during all of it, and just great spam. I mean, it's OG persisting a little bit too hard, sticking there, and just getting caught by all the ultimates again. But a nice hold, buying them some more time for this. I mean, for Charlie to get the farm that it feels like he still does need to deal with these two.
This is sort of how we saw it go down in game 2, right? It got to this point of the game where OG, they were still bringing the fights, but they weren't quite actually able to sort of push hard and end the game. High Coast just did an excellent job of defending and playing these late game fights against OG in game 2, and just like that, we're starting to see signs of it again. I was this time in that fight to use, well, pretty much I believe 3 buffs at least coming out for them, so quite an expensive defense, but a defense nonetheless, and they're keeping Charlie's game on track.
Yeah, but it really is. It is mostly Charlie, though, as we're saying. Last game, they had the backup of a Void Spirit, as well as a Jug, like, you know, this dual core, and also the Shadow Demon that pretty much was a super core. Skywrath and Shadow Demon in this game, it's not the same. Shadow Demon is a 5 position. Skywrath, he can't go for anything that impactful. Like, I mean, he won't be able to get a Hex until way later down the lines. If he's able to get something like that, sure, but OG, I feel like their scaling is it's just a lot stronger as the game does progress. All the weight is on poor Charlie.
Going after the Daedalus. Quite got it, okay. Daedalus. Darling. Still the levels looking a bit rough from 2. And got mid one, 24.5.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Topson got the
tower
quickening
is
charm
falling.
now, and he's again into the Undying, so he's just
Chessie. Or outside the base there by OG as they make the quick jump. He's down to 75. No buyback from him. In they go on to another. That's 2 of them now. Both
attack.
heroes, and Xibbe and Chessie with their buybacks on cooldown.
Radiant
High Coast have got to try and do their best. 3
structures
versus 5 here now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
will not be easy.
Radiant's middle
They're
tower
trying to get
has
the Puck
fallen.
Ags finished up before they even look
Dire's
good. They might
top
just
tower
sacrifice
is
their
under
Ags for
attack.
it. The Puck Ags might
Radiant's middle
actually
barracks
slip
are
up
under
OG, might
attack.
catch them off guard here a bit. At least the Riki in particular, because he's the one with that
Radiant's
BKB.
middle barracks has fallen.
See how much OG did manage to take before put together that fight. Mid-Brax cleaned up. Towards the bottom. Just smoke up the 3 of them. They've got Xibbe back up in 10. Still 30 without Chessie though if they want to try and take this fight.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They are now well aware of that Aghanims on the Puck. They've seen it for quite a long time now.
Tombstones. Zombies galore. He's got to head back to base. Oh, he didn't die.
Oh my god.
Popped a very aggressive BKB to try and run and get his thunder on. But he's not able to do anything with it, so now he's not got a BKB ready for this fight. Look at the call down. Onto Riki. Mid-one. Still able to find that BKB pop.
under attack.
53s.
Trying to get the spear into place. It's not happening though. A distance. The crits come out from him. What they just keep him inside the bounces.
Charlie's HP pool. He's missing 70 strength. He has 1400.
Oh no. Look at Topson's 6k HP and it's only growing. He's into the base. He's ready to start tanking the fountain hits here. As Charlie dead again. TG is called and OG will clean up this game 3. And of course the series is theirs.
Radiant's middle tower
Against
is
High Coast. High Coast is supposed to have one defense. There was a bit of a glimmer of what they could, what they did pull out from the second game comeback. But as you said, they just sort of, other than Charlie.